What's up, everybody? This is your girl Alicia. Y'all know what it is, coming to give y'all a brand new video this Thursday afternoon about our beloved star. You know, my setting is a little differently because normally I do these videos in my car. However, I live in Florida and it's hot, and I ain't doing that today. It's hot out there. So this particular video came from someone who asked me the question, if I wrote season 2, what would I have done differently? Or maybe I would have kept some things the same. You know, who knows? So a lot of people were inboxing me and sent me some questions and what I believed about the show. And so I'm going to try my best to answer as many as possible. This may even be a part 2 because you guys sent a lot of things that were pertaining to this particular topic, but I may throw some little surprises in there from some other questions that were asking me that I found to be very interesting, and some were very funny. Also, I had people asking about where they can purchase my book. Some people were asking me about some websites that I'm not very familiar with. However, all of my books can be purchased on Amazon, and I try my best to leave the information in the description box. So if you go through the videos, you'll see that information. So I do want to say a big thank you to everyone who has purchased my books and that are supporting me as an author. I really do appreciate it. Sincerely. So I'm going to get into this video. If you're new to my videos, welcome. If you are a returning Star family member, you know it's always great to see you guys again. So you're going to see me looking at my notebook because I want to make sure I touch on most of the things that were asked to me. And so we just gonna get right into it. Y'all know how I do it. So the first question, or the first thing was about and these are like storylines. So let me just go on and say, when you're doing a TV show or anything that you're writing, movie, play, so on and so forth, you want to make sure there are certain elements you have to have in your program. You have to have drama, you have to have comedic relief, you have to have, you know, definitely humor, you have to have sexual tension, you have to have conflict, you have to have conflict resolution. There are certain things you have to do to make everything flow together. You got to have twists and turns, you got to have some unexpectancy, some surprises, some things that just come out of the sky, some things you weren't even expecting. So all of that makes a great show, which the writers of Star have really done. So this storyline is about Star and Brody. The interesting thing about Star and Brody is that, you know, he supposedly died in episode 12. To me, however, the way that they left it, it led me to believe that maybe Brody didn't die. You know, maybe he miraculously escaped death, you know, because it is television. And the reason why I say that is because, you know, when you think about that last scene that he and Star had, you know, he was in the bathtub, and, you know, he was talking to Star. He had an opportunity to tell Star that he loved her. And then, you know, she's crying. It's very, very emotional. And then after he tells her that he loves her, you know, they hang up the phone. And he tells the guy, you know, thank you for the call or whatnot. And so another thing that happened was Star called him back. And she was like, you know, please answer. She was like, I'm sorry. And that was the end of the episode. And so I'm like, okay, what happened? Because like I said, it was episode 12. So we had, what was it? 6 or 7 more shows left. And I'm like, they never touched that again. So for me, I'm like, I don't know what the hell happened to Brody. Did Brody die? Was Brody alive? So for me, if I would have wrote that, I really would have given Star as well as the audience some type of closure. Not that I would have completed the storyline, but I would have given us something. So my thing was, if Brody really was dead, the way I would have wrote it was, after his behind got electrocuted in that bathtub, I would have had it where you saw his body. He would have been discolored. So we know it was no more blood flowing through that white body. I would have had him put in a body bag, tied up, and they would have threw him in the river, lake, whatever body of water they got to first, to let us know this dude is gone, and I mean gone. If I would have kept Brody alive, because it really could have looked like an apparent suicide the way that they did it. So once homegirl walked out of the bathroom and those 2 other guys followed her out, I would have had it where they were talking about, you know, what are we going to do with the body? And she would have said like, not a damn thing. Close the door, and Brody's eyes would have popped open, which would have let us know that he is yet alive. So I'm like, y'all didn't give us nothing. And the fact that they didn't talk about it anymore, I'm like, I really don't know what happened, but I just do not believe that storyline is complete. On the other hand, the storyline really could be complete. And I think even with that, it could be another disappointment that Star experiences. Like, she finally opened up to her dad, and for him not to communicate, for him not to reach out to her, but her not knowing that he is dead if they decide to go that way with the show. So I'm like, I don't really know, you know what I'm saying, how they gonna do it. But yeah, I was just like, I really would have liked to have seen them really explore that a little bit more. But you know, we have to accept what they have given us, and hopefully when season 3 comes, we can get some type of closure with that particular storyline, because to me they left it wide open. They left it open for interpretation, because we really don't know what in the hell happened to Brody. All we know is that his body was in that bathtub. He did his little shakes and leaned over. That don't mean nothing. Brody could just be a very good actor. We don't know if he did. So I hope they really do come back and explore that particular storyline, because we really just don't know what happened to Brody. And I think he's too important of a character as far as in Star and Simone's life to really close some holes and gaps that they have emotionally, that they would at least explore that. So I'm really hoping that they do that. So of course, everybody wanted to talk about the Alex, Noah, Star, and Derek storyline. A lot of people was asking me, you know, what would I have done differently? Would I have allowed them to be honest with each other? No, I would have left that storyline probably the way that it was. There are some things I would have changed though to add more to the story, because for me, some of the things that they put in that storyline just wasn't believable. And well, I'll just break it down. I'll start with Derek first. Even though Derek was happy with Alex, he loved Alex, you know, he loved being with Alex. I would have used that opportunity to really, to me, the writers just dropped the ball with Derek's storyline for himself. We all know that his parents, you know, have died. That's why, you know, he was raised by his grandmother. I would have wrote in there that, like, every year for his birthday, his parents, like, they would exchange, like, handwritten letters. And I don't know the age that Derek was when his parents died, but I would have had, like, all his letters would have been in a box. And being in this wheelchair, he would have stumbled across this box that he just maybe have forgotten about. And he opens it up and realizes these are the letters that his parents wrote him over the years of his life before they passed. And those letters would have been the strength that he needed. It would have been the encouragement that he needed. It would have been the motivation that he needed to walk again. Not walk again because of a woman inspired him to, because I think he mentioned that to the therapist, that, you know, she gave him the strength, or she gave him like the push to walk again. And it's like, why did it have to come from a woman? I would have had it where it would have been his parents to give him what he needed, even though they were not physically there. And I just think that would have been a powerful message to push. Just knowing that sometimes, you know, our encouragement comes from the least likely of places. Sometimes our motivation and the push that we need doesn't come from what we think it's going to come from. And I think it would have been a very beautiful moment, a very transparent moment between Derek and the audience, to see him in a very vulnerable place, and that vulnerability coming from, you know, the words of his parents. I wish they would have done that. That's what I would have did if I was writing the show. I would have just had Derek. That would have been a major storyline, you know, for him. And it also would have given him and Alex an opportunity to bond over something other than sex or his issue. Because when you know, he went through a traumatic experience. You go from having the use of your legs, and then you get into this accident, and now you're a paraplegic. So anyone will go through a transformation of some sort, you know, depression, just having maybe bad thoughts, maybe, you know, just not being motivated to do anything. So I really wish they would have done more with Derek in his situation. But, you know, like I said earlier, we have to just accept what they gave us. But I wish they would have done something like that. With Alex and Star, as it pertains to the Noah situation, I would have had them have a serious conversation. That 30-second exchange of words they had in episode 10 just wasn't enough. It wasn't. They both highlighted that, you know, Star talked about her having something with Noah. Alex talked about her wanting to have something with Noah. So they talked about that type of situation, but neither one of them expressed how he made them feel emotionally. And I think that would have taken that particular storyline to a whole nother place if they would have been honest about how they felt, because neither one of them expressed how they actually felt about him. It was just more so, I was there first, we almost had sex, I wanted something to happen, but it did not go into great detail about how I feel about it. And even once Alex got with Noah, well, even before that, there just should have been a conversation just amongst us friends, because we're in a group and we're friends and we're like sisters. So I want to make sure there's no beef, there's no animosity, there's no ill will, there's no underlying emotions or feelings that we need to discuss. And they didn't really go in that direction. And I mean, I'm sure they have more foresight as to how they want to take the show, but I really wish they would have done that, because I'm like, to me, that wasn't believable. Like, you got two friends who, one has already had sex with the guy, the other one was about to have sex with the guy, but not knowing about the other friend situation with the guy. And it's just like, once all of that stuff came to the surface, there was just no communication at all. And lack of communication and lack of effective communication, I believe, is what got their relationship to the way that it is now, just not being forthcoming and honest. Someone asked, would I have made Alex tell the truth? No. I probably would have still had her be deceitful. She's 19, 20, however old they have her now. You're not going to be very forthcoming when it comes to your feelings. So I would not have made her mature at this rapid rate, or just tell all this honesty. I would have still kept it still, and I would have still did that. The thing I would have changed the dynamic with Alex and Derek is that episode where he found that bracelet or necklace that she had, and he just kind of let that thing slide. I would have loved to see Derek take more on a some assertiveness in what he did, because they made his character very integral. And I just would love to see like how he would have really talked to her, maybe if he wasn't afraid of losing her. I think that would have been like another highlight to me of the show, to see how he really gonna handle this, because I know he loved Alex, but Alex wilding right now. How he gonna take this, being who he is? How is this really gonna work out? So I really would have loved to see that happen with Alex and Derek. Alex and Noah, I probably would have kept it, the same, because a lot of people was like, they would have like rushed right into it, and I was like, I wouldn't have rushed right into it, because even though to me they did that very realistically, even though it was like pissing some of us off because we did want them to go ahead and put them together, I do understand the slow build up that they had to it, because like I said, she was in a relationship, now something else is happening. I don't really know how to deal with this. I don't even really know what's happening. Hell, when did my feelings change for him? What do I do with this? Who can I talk to about this? Who's not going to judge me that I know I have a boyfriend, but I'm feeling somebody else in a way that once I realized something was happening, I was already in it. How did this happen? So I think that was very, very real. And I know I've been in that situation before where it's like, we were friends, and now all of a sudden I'm like, when did I start feeling this way about him? Like, I had to assess myself and be honest with myself about what was going on with me. Like, this ain't supposed to be happening, but it is. So now that it's here, what do I do with it? And so that's what I would have loved to see, Alex. Now, the thing I would have loved to see her do is the fact that she did mention it after they got done with the radio interview. She was like, this is not supposed to be happening with you. I have a group and Derek. And when she said, and that's why Noah was like, what does it have to do with Derek? And so that was like the indicator that I'm having a connection with you that ain't supposed to be popping off because I'm with someone. So that was interesting, how they did that. But I would have really kept that storyline the same. I just would have added more to make it interesting, where it wasn't just about them sleeping with each other or all of this like stuff just going on. I would have made it a little bit more interesting about their dynamic amongst each other. And so another thing I thought would have been good too, like, because Derek lived next door to Carlotta. I think it would have been really interesting if Derek and Star had a conversation about, like, maybe, Derek could have been like, Alex tripping, and I feel like, her and this Noah guy, that I could be possibly losing her to him. Like, that would have been like Star would have been like, to Noah, no, trust me, like, nah, I think he's with someone, or whatever the case may be. I just think that would have just added a little, fuel to the fire. But that's how my mind, be thinking or whatever. I thought it would have been good if they did that. So someone asked about a lot of people. It's a lot of, what you call them, Sangel. I think the Angel and Simone couple name. A lot of fans out there with them, and I love them together. Also, the thing that interests me about that is that Simone was 17 and there was not a big deal made of her with Angel. And somebody, how old is Angel? Do they ever talk about that? Do they ever reveal this dude age, how old he is? I'm like, because you messing with this 17-year-old girl and nobody is saying nothing about it. It's not a big deal. It's just going on and on and on. And I know that none of us wanted to see them separate because we did grow to love them. And I think it's because they were both like neutral characters. On the show, they provided a sense of innocence and peace. Because we had to deal with Star and Noah, Alex and there was just a whole bunch of other drama going on, and Simone did not exemplify that in her character at the time. But I think season 3 we may see Simone having some more like drama with her storyline. However, I think that the way they took her storyline was amazing because we were able to see Brittany really have some emotional scenes. We were able to see her character develop a love for Angel. We were able to see her develop an emotion that she had never displayed before, which was having a love for a man and having a trust in a man to the point that she was willing and ready to have sex with him, that she expressed that she loved him. It was very inspiring to watch, especially, knowing that, she was raped and molested by, her foster father. To see her go through that and even share that story with Angel it was just a big thing. And I'm like, it was very interesting because even though Simone is the youngest of the three of Star, and Alex, a lot of the time she operated in the most maturity, and we really saw her character mature the second half of the season. So I thought it was very, very good. I really, really did. So another thing I wish they would have added to Simone's storyline, I wish they would have added a desire for college. And even if it wasn't a desire for college, just a discussion. Because I'm like, she is 17 years old. She is in school. She's about to turn 18. For anybody, that's a discussion. Even if you're not going, it's something that's put on the table. I know she, Star basically told her she wasn't going, but I'm like, you're not her guardian. Carlotta is. So it's like, but we just never saw that dialogue between them two, and I would have loved just to see that, because that's realistic for any 17-year-old, any senior that's in high school. It's a conversation that you're going to have about what you're going to do with your life. And even if the singing thing don't work, what are you going to fall back on? So that was just a discussion that we did not see, that I wish they would have put in there. Now, I understand they had a whole bunch of stuff to talk about, but was anybody else like me and was like sitting like this? Ayana got shot, and 5 minutes later she was conducting a meeting at Midtown. I'm like, y'all are not gonna play us like this. That I'm like, what happened? She got shot, surgery, and back up conducting meetings. Like, I was like, what happened? I don't even remember them saying if the baby was all right. I'm like, is she still pregnant? Is she not pregnant? What happened? Man, when I tell you, I was so perplexed about that situation. I'm like, y'all saw all that blood she lost that was oozing out of her on that floor in her office, and you mean to tell me she bounced back that quickly? Now let me tell y'all a real story about me. And I was in the 10th grade. I was 16 years old. And now at the time, my family, we were living in North Carolina. I'm originally from Florida, so we came to Florida for Christmas. And my mother was involved in an attempted carjacking, and she was shot twice in her stomach, in her abdomen, probably in the same area that Ayana's character was. Now, we didn't know if my mom was going to make it. Thank God she did. However, my mom had to, there were some things that went on. And I know it's TV, but I'm like, y'all rush that thing. Because I personally had to watch my mother learn how to walk. Not learn how to walk, but, you know, just fending for herself again. I had to watch my mother when she has to use the restroom because a lot of her intestines were taken out, not knowing what she had to do when she went. So I saw all of that. So I'm like, that was the most this unbelievable thing about the show Star I have seen to date. I'm like, I know y'all had to get some stuff in there, but the way y'all rushed that, nah, bruh. Don't do that in third season. Don't do that. You gonna do something like that, man, you need to make it, but come on, man. Now I could even see her taking a leave of absence and then, you know, Carlotta being named the president of Midtown. The storyline still would have worked, but I'm like, you had this lady get shot and in 5 minutes she back conducting meetings. I'm like, come on now. Come on now. They tried it with that. I was so blowed. I was so blowed with that. I was just like, come on now. Really? Now, y'all know I don't like this chick, Cotton Baby Mama, all right? Now, I'm still trying to figure out, this is what I would have done. Why hasn't a DNA test been requested as of yet? They went off, no DNA test, still do not know if this really is Cotton's son. So I'm like, why did they not do that? Y'all know us. You pop up at the 7 years talking about, that's my baby. You know what we finna do. For those that can't afford it, you gonna call Maury and try to go to New York for this free trip and get this free DNA test. I already know. But for those that can, you gonna make sure that's your child. So I just find that so interesting that hasn't been done. I find it so interesting how welcoming Cotton them has been. I mean, it's a child, so the child is innocent, but with the mother, I'm like, nah, you got to come better than that. You got to, how I know this is my baby? And they slept together once based on what they have revealed to us in the show. And yes, you can get pregnant by having sex one time, but I'm like, Cotton, I don't even know that's your child. But I think that could be a great storyline for season 3 if they find out that that's not Cotton's son. All hell gonna break loose. I don't trust her, so I would not put it past her at all. I just wouldn't put it past her at all. So I keep looking up because I'm looking at this time, because y'all know how my phone likes to cut off. So I may just do a part 2. Someone they asked me a question and I did answer them on the YouTube comments. And they asked me what I thought about them adding new girls to the group for take 3. I wouldn't like that at all. I would not like that at all. I think I said that I think it would mess up with the dynamic. I can't see them bringing people to fill a slot for Alex, Simone, or Star. Now, what I can see them doing is bringing in another girl group as competition for take 3, kind of like, hey, we got somebody else we can put time in. If y'all don't want to get y'all stuff together, we can get another take 3. Now, I mean, it'll be another name, but you're not irreplaceable. Like, we can replace you like this. So I could see them doing something like that, but to create another take 3 as a group, I don't see that happening. I don't see that happening at all. So it's just interesting. I feel like even with Miss Ruby, you know, it's like if she's going to be a staple on the show, give Miss Ruby some good storylines too. She ain't got to be on the show all, you know, that often because she's not a major character. She's a minor character, but even in her scenes, they can be better. See how this phone tripping? It could be better than what it is. So my whole thing is just give it something. Just give her something better to do other than stealing darn Derek money. Let me see what else somebody said, because I'm trying to make sure I answer everything. Somebody asked, do I think it would have been beneficial to have Noah's parents on season 2? No, I do not think it would have been beneficial to have his parents on season 2. I think it's beneficial to have his parents on season 3, especially with the downward spiral that he has been on. I'm definitely expecting to see something like that. His dad and his mom, if if not his mom, then his dad, because that's like the root issue as to why he's going through some of the things that he's going through. So yeah, that I don't see it for season 2. I think they did a great job. Season two was really, really good. The second half was definitely explosive, and I enjoyed every minute of it, even though some of them they pissed me off. But that's good though. That mean they doing their job. They keeping us on our toes, on the edge of our seats, waiting. And someone sent me something that Jude, I think it was like on her Snapchat or her Instagram or something, and she was saying that she had just left the writer's room for Star. So, finding out, I guess, the direction that the show is going to be going in season 3. And it was like, dang, boy. So I'm excited. I'm ready to see what's going to happen for season 3. I'm going to answer the rest of these in another video because I don't want my phone to cut off in the middle of me talking about something different. So thank you guys for supporting me. I always forget to say, like, comment, subscribe, y'all hit that bell. I'm not really with the legalities of all of this stuff. I just like doing the videos and talking to y'all, but and engaging with y'all. But I wanted to make sure I said that again for those that are asking about my books. Everything can be found on Amazon or Barnes and Nobles, but everything will be found in the description box. So thank you guys for riding with me. I'll see y'all Monday. Keep them comments coming. Y'all are doing an amazing job, man. I appreciate it so much. I pray that you guys have an amazing rest of your day, an amazing weekend. Y'all be safe out there. And like always, I'll see y'all Monday.